In this video, I want to share 15 ideas for opening activities that can spark your students' curiosity, contextualize new material, and set the stage for learning. Number 1. A powerful question. One idea for an opening activity is to start class with a question that is both important and interesting to your students. This question can be a prediction or a thought-provoking question that the students won't have the answer to until the end of class. This will get them engaged and curious to find out if they were right or wrong. You can have them write their preliminary answers in a notebook, take a poll using apps, or just have them raise hands and tally the responses on the board. Then, at the end of class, you can refer back to their responses to see how their understanding has evolved based on what they learned. Number 2. Use a current news story. Incorporating current events into your class is a great way to provide a real-life context for your students' learning. It's also a fantastic way to engage them from the very beginning, as they can see the relevance of what they are learning to the world around them. Number 3. Display a visual of the lesson. Another idea for an opening activity is to display a visual representation of the lesson, such as an outline or a roadmap of what students can expect to learn that day. As you walk them through the visual, be sure to give them the "what's in it for me?" This helps to answer their question of "why should I know this?" and show them that the content is important and relevant to their lives. Number 4. Tell a personal story. Start the lesson by sharing a personal story or experience that relates to the class content. This could be something that happened to you recently or something you used to think or do in a certain way until you learned something new. It is also okay to share a story that isn't directly related to the lesson content, as long as the intention is to build relationships or inspire students to expand their thinking and knowledge. For example, you might share a story from office hours or a conversation you had with a student that illustrates a key concept from the class. Alternatively, you could share a personal experience that helps students relate to the material in a meaningful way. Number 5. Tell a compelling story from history. Share a story from history that is relevant to the class topic. This could be a narrative about a particular person or event, or a story about a company or an organization. Unlike a personal story, this will require some research to gather information, and also you need to structure it in a way that is engaging for your students. When telling the story, use descriptive language, vivid details, and a clear narrative structure to bring the story to life. You might also want to consider using multimedia elements like images or videos to help illustrate the story. Number 6. Recall previous materials. This opening activity is helpful for reminding students of important information from the previous class and can help them better understand the current day's content. To refresh their memory, ask students to underline 3 important notes from the previous class and share them with a partner or a group. While this is a commonly used method for starting a class, it's important not to rely on it too heavily. Mix things up and be creative with your class openings to keep your students engaged. Number 7. Get them writing. Providing students with an interesting prompt to respond to can be an effective way to start class. When choosing a prompt, consider the following criteria. It should be short, accessible, and related to the current lesson. Writing prompts can be useful because they allow every student to respond, not just those who are most likely to raise their hands. Also, writing helps students explore their previous knowledge and experiences related to the topic. One tip to keep in mind when using this opening activity is: Students tend to start writing right away when the prompt is a sentence completion as opposed to a question. They also take less time in thinking about their responses when asked to complete a sentence. Number 8. Have them draw. When students draw, they are able to translate their understanding and knowledge into visual form, which can help them explore ideas in different ways. Also, drawing engages multiple cognitive processes such as visual and kinesthetic processing, which can be more effective than just reading and writing. What I personally like about drawing is the way it can create a positive and relaxing classroom environment, as students often enjoy sharing their artwork with their peers. Number 9. Interpret a graph. For this activity, choose a graph that is relevant to the topic of the day and display it on screen. Ask students to take a few minutes to examine the graph and see if they can interpret it. To encourage students to move beyond simple interpretations and engage in more complex analysis, consider providing some guiding questions to help them think critically about the graph and its significance in the context of the topic being studied. Number 10. Play a video clip. Begin the class with showing a short and relevant video clip, no longer than 3 minutes. Make sure to provide context for the clip and give students a specific task to focus on while watching, such as identifying a particular concept or analyzing a character's behavior. Number 11. Caption an image. Adding captions to an image can be a fun and effective way to improve comprehension, engagement, and retention in the classroom. To try this activity, display a cartoon or image related to the lesson topic and have students create captions for it. Not only will students enjoy the challenge of coming up with their own captions, but they can also learn from reading and discussing the captions created by their classmates. Number 12. Practice mindfulness. Integrating mindfulness exercises into your lesson can be a helpful way to cultivate awareness, concentration, and relaxation in your students before diving into complex material. Some professors have found success starting their lessons with simple meditation techniques such as guided breathing or brief mindfulness meditation. Be sure to communicate to your students that the purpose of these exercises is to prepare their minds and bodies for learning. Number 13. Show a mysterious scenario. Everyone loves solving mysteries. Starting a lesson with a mysterious scenario is a fun and captivating activity that can motivate students to learn. Also, scenarios allow for safe exploration of risky or sensitive topics. When eliciting responses, focus on inviting curiosity and participation rather than just looking for the correct answers. This will encourage students to think critically and creatively as they work to unravel the mystery. Number 14. Use puzzles and brain teasers. If you want to engage your students right from the very start of your class and make learning fun and exciting, then puzzles and brain teasers are a powerful tool to stimulate your students' brains, improve their focus and memory, and make learning more enjoyable. And the best part, there are so many options to choose from. Simply search the internet for ideas that fit your subject matter. Number 15. Tell jokes or show a comic strip. If you're a skilled joke teller, you can use the talent to engage your students and add a touch of humor to your lesson. Or you can show a cartoon or a comic strip to introduce a new topic or just lighten the mood. Humor is a powerful tool for class management and can help create a positive atmosphere for learning. And here is the first bonus tip. The idea is to use a looping slideshow that captures your students' attention as they enter class and take their seats. The 5 to 10 slideshow features content related to what you will be covering in class, such as quotes from the readings, interesting images and announcements, reminders of upcoming assignments, and answers to some frequently asked questions. Make sure that the slides are visually appealing and engaging for your students, and include a mix of text, images, and even background music. Here is an example of a slideshow I have prepared for my classes. Bonus tip is about one simple but a powerful way to engage students even before class officially begins. This idea is about greeting students at the door. Whether you are welcoming them with a smile, asking how they are doing, or making eye contact, these small gestures can go a long way in building relationships, establishing a positive classroom culture, and setting the tone for the day. Here you go, 15 opening activities for the first 5 minutes of class. I would like to know, what opening activities do you use in your classroom? Tell me in the comments. And if you find this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in our next video.